Hey everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders here, Sunday, February 2nd. And what a Friday it was, eh? And I don't know why, but all these really huge moves seem to happen on a day that I'm traveling. And Friday I was traveling, was away, didn't really get a chance to trade that much. Just got in at the open and got out of some stocks. And yeah, I'm glad I did because you can see what happened on Friday. Everything just sold off here. Lots of red, despite the fact that Amazon was up huge and everything else was pretty red. So you can see here we're kind of sliding back into bull market territory overall. This stocks above the 50 and the 20 are starting to slide. Lots of declining stocks on Friday versus advancing. And yeah, so we're just definitely getting a pullback. Everybody was wondering what was going to be the catalyst to do the pullback. And of course, now we know nothing like a good virus outbreak to take the wind out of a nice bull run. So you can see here, let's just take a look at the groups quickly. Wow, everything in the red, maybe utilities, say obviously safety trade up on the week, on the month. And technology is still hanging in there for the month. It's not bad, 3 month technology. But yeah, definitely a risk off environment at the moment. So let's just go through the indexes really quickly and I'll watch. Um, yeah, so the transports absolutely got smoked on Friday. You can see here went all the way down to the 200-day moving average. And yeah, it pretty ugly price action. So we're kind of right back down 200-day moving average, as I said, right down at some prior support levels. So hopefully for the bulls, we get a bounce here on Monday. The futures are pointing up. Last time I looked, you can see here big volume day. And as I've said before, I like to see, I usually like to see the transports going up with the indexes. And you can see we've just had a steady decline in the RSI. MACD rolled over way back here. At this first flag, for the first bear flag. So yeah, transport's not looking good. And look at this, the yield just got pummeled as well here. So we dropped in a week down from 1.7 down to 1.5. That's a huge percentage move for the yield. And I suspect we're getting back down here to some prior levels of support, and I suspect we will bounce here, but this is going to put some pressure on the Fed again to get back in the game and start lowering interest rates again. Certainly the way the market is right now, and people banning one company banning or one country banning flights, lots of countries banning flights from China. I mean, it's not good for the global economy for sure. And yeah, on the week here, we're just right back down at prior support here. So I suspect we'll maybe have a little bit of a bounce. Again, the index on Friday just a wipe out. And on the week, definitely down on the week. On volume, people looking to take profits as well, and this was as good an excuse as any. Small caps again, we're right back down to this sort of prior level of all these levels of resistance. So we'll see if we hold around this level, this 159 level. I'm going to say if we don't, we could be back down under 150. The Qs again, geez, they finished lower on the week, but off the high. So and then RSI really overbought here, up in the 80s. So it's getting back into maybe a little bit more reasonable range. We did have some volume on this sell-off, so some of the institutions probably taking some profits after this nice run up. And here's the SPY. SPY did finish off lower from where it opened on the week. Again, on a bit of volume, building volume, MACD rolling over here, RSI back into a more not overbought range anyway. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar got smacked. Wow. On volume. probably in this range, so I wouldn't expect a big move. And the VIX, we had a nice spike on the VIX. Of course, that was with the market sell-off, so not any surprise there. So let's take a look, see what I got on watch here. I'm still watching APDN. I mean, it didn't have a bad day on Friday despite the market, so it's kind of holding up here. Low here was 337, so really Thursday was the big sell-off and a nice reversal candle there. Really not on much, if any, volume, so just keeping an eye on this one. No action. BBio keeps trying to break out here and just keeps chopping along, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. I've got my alert set for 35.60 on the break because it could be just like a bit of a, just like a coiled spring here. It just, you know, keeps trying, volume, nothing there. But yeah, so might look at an options trade on this. But it's just, you know, it's just flatlining right now. So all these Chinese stocks, you know, are obviously have been getting really hit with the coronavirus stuff, and you know, it seems to be. And as I said when it first started coming to light, I said, you know, you know, it was going to get better before it gets worse, and that was in the first inning. I think we're probably in the second or third inning now. The numbers keep growing, deaths, unfortunately, and people that are falling ill with it. But you know, as the incubation period, the 2 weeks, you know, and the all the you know, the restrictions of travel and keeping people isolated, as that kind of wears off, I think the number of cases will probably start to drop. And you know, to put things in perspective too, I mean, there's been, I think, under 390 deaths, I think it was. I haven't got an updated number, but you know, there was 88,000 people in China died of the flu, just a regular flu. So you know, I'm not trying to make light of the deaths, but you know, it's I guess it's a more serious flu. You don't want to get this one. A lot of people, most people survive the flu, but maybe this one's a little more lethal. So hopefully everyone will start to see those numbers dwindle fairly quickly, or start reversing and going the other direction instead of going up. And I think that'll be, you know, impetus for people to jump back into this market here, because they know at the end of the day, the Fed and all the reserves are going to be in there buying, lowering interest rates and throwing money into the system and propping the market back up again. So I am looking for a viable bottom here. And this, just looking at Baidu as I'm talking here, you can kind of see a double bottom, put a double bottom Friday. You know, even though the market was down quite a bit, you can see Baidu really held in there. We'll get to some other Chinese stocks in a minute. Gold was up. I think it'll pull back if the market bounces a bit. Here's another one. KWeb, again, really has taken a hit, sell it off. Came back up, and I've been playing this one a little bit. I took this one and played it back up. Now it looks like it, we'll see what happens here. Maybe even on a bad day on Friday, we didn't get a lot of selling off. But again, I think we're still, you know, sort of halfway through the ball game here. So I wouldn't be packing up and leaving the stands yet, or you know, looking to jump in. Here's LK. I'm glad I got into LK. I got out of half of it in the aftermarket on Thursday, because it almost got to my 35.50. I was really shocked that it did, but then market opened up on Friday and I just bailed like immediately, because I could see this one coming, and I didn't actually think it was going to sell off that much. But look at the volume on this, massive volume. It even broke this this level of that I would have thought would have been resistance, not resistance, support. But came back up, and now we're right back up at the, you know, where there is some prior resistance here along this line. And we'll see what LK does tomorrow. I know there was some announcement in the room, I think it was Thursday. Somebody did I think it was a 37.50 or a 40 call sweep, buying a bunch of calls. That really went out of the money. And going what's going on here? Nugget. Oh, just look at Nugget. Nugget really didn't respond as well as gold did, which was kind of surprising. Not sure there's a trade there. I always like to watch Nugget. SMH, these are the semiconductors, obviously, the ETF, and this is, I think we're going down here, 135. I think we've got more downside on this. Be putting an alert at 135, maybe a little bit over it. If we touch there, it might be worth a buy. TNA, again, we're right back down to some prior levels of resistance. Became support, and now now it may become support again here. We may have some more downside on TNA. And TVIX, the way to play. This is one way to play volatility, and as the markets go down, volatility goes up. And someone else asked me if there's something a little less volatile, the TVIX, and I was mentioning the VXX, which is not a beta. You can see here, had a nice move regardless, but it's not quite as volatile. I mean, you get a buck move or a $1.20 move instead of a $6 or $7 move. But that sword cuts both ways, obviously. So if you don't want something quite as volatile that you can play with a little bit more, give it a little more room, then VXX is the way to play it. Let's take a look quickly at, looks like net gas might be putting in a bit of a bottom here. You could play UNG, or you could play UGAZ with that one. USO, again, this is, the oil market's just been pummeled. I don't know how else to say it. It's right back down at some prior support here. Yeah, this is a proxy on a global economy, and if the global economy is definitely going to take a hit from this virus and all the restrictions, and China's telling people to stay home, don't come back to the factories. Starbucks and other companies, or Apple, are keeping stores closed, which are going to impact sales, obviously. Maybe just push them back. It might push sales back. Some sales may never get realized, but it's going to have an impact on the global economy, and that's really what this USO is telling you here, is the global economic activity is somewhat based on use of oil, and you can see here we're just getting smoked. And I think oil is down here in the futures as well this morning or this evening, depending on where you are. So just keeping an eye on VRU. Maybe it's going to turn around here, maybe after this big run up. And that's kind of it. I did some scans, didn't come up with that much, except the only other one I looked at, I just didn't put it on here, was BABA. BABA is another. It's almost the same as Baidu, probably why I didn't put it up. But you can kind of see here, big pullback on this virus stuff. Really didn't behave all that badly on Friday. There was some pretty significant buyers in there as well as sellers. So it was off just a little bit, but you can see a bit of an indecision candle here, and it held this sort of, where did it hold? Low. Yeah, you could call it held a 205 level. And so, yeah, I'd be looking for, maybe if we get positive open, we may get a bounce on Baidu. And again, just be a little cautious. And I'm not sure we're through the woods on this one, on this whole pullback yet. There may be another leg down or something like that. So anyway, that's it. This is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you haven't checked it out already. And that's it. So have a great rest of the evening, everybody. I'll see you all if you're going to join us in the Bear Bull Trading Room in the morning. We have the 8:30 pre-market show, usually with Norm and Carlos, if they're both available. Otherwise, we have one of our other moderators do the morning show, but we're there live on YouTube. If you want to come in and join us, go over some of the trading opportunities for the morning. Well, have a good evening, everyone. Bye for now.